here a little bit longer than they were. I'd like to say good evening, and on behalf of the bride and groom, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. My name is Brandon Schaefer, Garrett's brother, if you couldn't tell, and also the best man. It's debatable who got the better genes. Literally every single time I've talked to my parents in the last 6 months, they have asked me if I'm going to keep this clean. And I have. So it's okay, Mom. You can relax. I've had the privilege of knowing Garrett for 29 years. And I know him pretty well. Probably too well. And I know most of you have not known him for 29 years, so my goal here tonight is to let everybody get to know Garrett a little bit better. So if it goes a little bit long, I'm sorry. I'd like to start by raising our glasses and toasting Carol and John for making today possible. It's clear a lot of planning and hard work went in today, and everything has turned out beautiful. So if everyone could please raise their glasses to Carol and John. Ashley and Garrett, it's an honor for me to be here today. Ashley, you look absolutely stunning. And the same goes for all the bridesmaids out there. Yeah. I wanted to compliment the groomsmen, but I couldn't. I first met Garrett on a summer day in 1985. In upstate New York. He wouldn't stop crying. He was acting like such a baby. Garrett was a very unique child. And by unique, I mean fat. Like really fat. In fact, he is still the fattest baby born ever in Cambridge, New York on July 5th, 1985. One thing you may not all know is we were really not able to play together as kids because he was enormous. And I looked like I was only allowed to eat, but he didn't. It just wasn't safe for me. So he spent most of his time playing with He-Man and G.I. Joe action figures in the attic by himself, breaking most of them due to his abnormal toddler strength. Although eventually, after a couple years, Garrett did become a normal-sized child. After my mom imposed a strict no juice, broiled chicken, and skim milk diet on him. That's really true. If you were to fast forward a few years, Garrett has now become one of the sloppiest people you've ever met. My mom did not have it easy. She tried absolutely everything to get him to clean his room. But no matter what she tried, you could never tell what color the carpet was. To Garrett, the act of cleaning his room was more difficult than stopping the spread of Ebola or signing up for Obamacare. My mom had to settle for just shutting his door and saying a short prayer. Garrett's messy behavior also surfaced at the dinner table. He had the complete inability to eat certain foods without it ending up all over his clothes. There were nights you couldn't tell if Garrett had spaghetti for dinner or he gutted a deer. Understandably, my mom got tired of scrubbing his food-stained clothes, so whenever he ate spaghetti, there was Garrett sitting shirtless at the dinner table. As an adult, Garrett continued to exhibit interesting behavior. Despite his weight issues, lack of organizational skills, and disheveled appearance, he landed a job at Northwestern Mutual. And much like a fish or a cat, Garrett is easily distracted by shiny things. And when he got an iPhone for the first time, he couldn't put it down. One morning, as he was circling the parking deck to get to the level where his office was on, I can only imagine he was so focused on Pinterest that he drove his truck directly into a concrete pole. Seriously, directly into a concrete pole. And he hit the pole with such force that his head hit the steering wheel. And I will never forget him texting me a picture of the cuts on his face, asking me if it was still okay for him to go to work or not. I told him to just go home. Garrett is also very concerned about losing his hair. And if you've seen my dad, you would understand why.
Yeah, that's me.
He owns it, it's okay. But Garrett, you have to realize Ashley does not love you for your hair. I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't exactly resemble Bradley Cooper's. And just because you spent more on one bottle of shampoo and conditioner than most people do on a TV isn't going to change that. But enough about Garrett. Today he is a married man. Today is about Garrett and the love of his life, State Farm. I'm just kidding, Ashley. I'll never forget the day Ashley and Garrett got engaged. Sometimes Garrett could be a little indecisive. I think that was mentioned earlier. But deciding to marry Ashley was not one of them. But how to propose was entirely another story. After considering many options, Garrett finally settled on going to Dunaway Gardens on a somewhat random Saturday to ensure he had the surprise factor covered. However, he failed to call ahead, and when he got there, the park was closed. His plans were completely shot, and he starts panicking in only a way Garrett can. So he starts discreetly texting me for advice, and I got nothing for him. What do you want me to tell you? So he's in a tough place because he's already told the parents the plan. Carol and John were coming down for dinner, and we were going out to dinner that night. So he's trying to come up with other places to go and what to say to make the engagement special. So as he's coming up with these ideas, he's texting me to see what I think. And his first idea was the sunglass hut. And he wanted to say, I can see us spending forever together. His second idea was Home Depot. And he wanted to say, let's build a life together. And then there's always the Walmart Supercenter. You have absolutely everything I'll ever need. And his last suggestion, which was my favorite, was Chick-fil-A. I want to eat more chicken with you. I don't know how he did it, but he found Lion Creek Nature Area, which I didn't even know was there. But it's a beautiful place, and more importantly, Ashley said yes. In truth, or you can clap. In truth, Garrett is smart, loyal, hardworking, sincere and trustworthy and dependable. He's always been there for me whenever I needed him. I couldn't have asked for a better brother. Even though Garrett is younger, I still look up to him every day. Ashley, you are beautiful, smart, kind, caring, thoughtful, and genuine. You have been a wonderful influence on Garrett, and most importantly, you make Garrett happy in a way I never could. and Garrett are meant for each other, and we are very happy to welcome you into the family. I hope you're ready. Ashley and Garrett, I love you both and wish you the best in life. Mom made me say that. So if everyone will please now raise their glasses. Ashley and Garrett, may your marriage be blessed with as much luck and good fortune as Auburn has on the football field.
Let's hear it for him. Your best man is actually a professional comedian.